Even Jesus said that the power of salvation is not in that we know Him. It's that He knows us. Paul said that when this life is concluded, the transition is not going to be that God's going to find out everything He wanted to know about you. What does it say? For now we see through a glass darkly, but then face to face, and then shall we know even as we are known. So if you ain't got it, if you're not going to get it till you get there anyway, how can your view of God be the basis for your spiritual value and worth? Man. But I tell you something, I got a great revelation. The gospel is the power of God and salvation. Because therein is the righteousness of God revealed. Not yours. Oh, please, you don't want yours revealed. Yours and mine was revealed already. And it's like filthy rags. There's a revelation that is streaming from everything that God is and has done. For an hour that I don't understand why it's now, but it is. And He's not wanting for you to understand everything about Him, because it's none of your business. Because how He relates to you personally in your heart is going to be different than how He relates to me personally in my heart. So my job is to respect the experience that this man has with God. But you know the thing that should unify all of us? You say, well, Brother Mike, I believe in speaking in tongues. Well, good. Speak in tongues. No, I think it's of the devil. Well, may not be of the devil, but don't speak in tongues if you don't want to. You see, we all believe different things. But whether you speak in tongues or don't speak in tongues, whether you pray 3 hours a day or you pray none at all, whether you go to church, don't go to church, whether you think you serve God or don't serve God, God's opinion of you was established by His own righteousness and by His own works and left you out of it altogether so He could have an opinion of you that you could spend your life not trying to figure out what you think about God, but getting a divine revelation of what God thinks of you. And it's a high, high and mighty opinion. Folks, I spent 6 terms in mental institutions and all lockup wards. So now you can say you know where my doctrines came from. I don't know how anyone could have felt more rejected, judged. I tried to kill myself 3 times. And it wasn't until 25 years after that standing up teaching, it came out of my heart why I had attended. I didn't know. I thought I was just miserable, you know. I just, you know, I was just trying to commit suicide. I was in pain. I never knew why the pain was there, though. And it took 25 years for me to finally come to understand. I was taught in the Baptist church that every time I did something wrong, I was crucifying Jesus all over again. Anybody ever hear that in church? You're nailing Jesus to the cross again. And let me tell you something. I don't know why. I can't tell you why. I don't understand why. But I have loved Jesus since I could breathe. I don't know why. I know I talk to people who, that they're 18, 20, 30 years old before they ever have a concept of such a thing. But from the time I remember breathing, I loved Jesus. And you say, well, you must have gone to church a lot. No, my mom sent me on Easter Sunday morning, and she sent me at Christmas or anytime she felt guilty. She never went to church. She sent me to church. I stayed in there long enough to get enough guilt and condemnation that it almost took my life as a young man. I was taught to love somebody who gave their life for me. And I stayed long enough to think that all of my actions were crucifying him over and over and over again. And it finally hit me. The reason I tried to kill myself was because I loved Jesus more than anything in life. When I said that to the congregation, their mouths dropped open. They had no clue as to what I was even saying. I tried to commit suicide because I loved Jesus with all of my heart, with all of my being. And I couldn't stop doing what I was condemned about. And I would rather take a chance in suicide, with my mindset at that time, and dying and going to hell rather than hurting the one that I loved as much as I did. The Bible says that Jesus went through this temptation. If you're the Son of God, cast yourself down from here, for it is written. It's okay to go enjoy a little porn. Is that what was written? No. Go ahead. You got God on your side. Throw yourself down from these rocks, because the scriptures say that even if you dash your foot against a stone, he will protect you. Would he have been wrong in doing it to prove it? Nothing wrong with it, but you know what he would have lost? He would have lost his identity based on what the Father said, and he would have made the same mistake the first Adam did by trying to gain something from God he already had.